Enthusiasm is contagious. Not having enthusiasm is also contagious. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what have we got going on tonight with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Bitcoin broke 14,000 the other day, right? First time in, 2 years? People are looking at the price. Some people are saying, hey, where's those 30% pullbacks that we usually get on the way of the bull run? Some people are eyeing 15,000, saying technical analysis isn't going to be holding us back anymore in any way as we shoot onwards and upwards towards the moon. Personally, sitting in a place saying, hey, this is just you guys getting the idea of what Bitcoin really is all about and having some price discovery. I've been here for a while. I know what Bitcoin's all about. You guys still aren't even getting it when you're talking about a $14,000 Bitcoin, because the power of Bitcoin is the change in the future. They're just waking up to it. They're wanting to manipulate and regulate and try to find a way to make Bitcoin work for them, because they see it growing so rapidly that they're afraid of missing out. So they think they can put a saddle on this thing, maybe a bit in its mouth, some shoes on its feet, and take it for a ride. But ultimately, it's not a broke horse, and it's not going to give them the ride they're looking for. So those of us who are smart enough to sit here, don't get confused and mixed up by the fiat value of this. That's moving backwards. We look forwards, onwards, upwards. And you know who's doing that with me? Is my lovely co-host, and beautiful as always, Sammy.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
How are you doing over there, Samantha?
I am pretty good, besides that the tree is, pissing on me, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, it has to rain sometimes, right?
Hours, which is a lot for Florida. I mean, literally, you could be on one side of the road and the other side could not be raining in Florida. It is the freakiest thing. So 4 real hours, that's a lot of rain.
Well, since everything's about perspective, I'm going to say I'm glad it's not raining right now.
I am too.
Because you know what we're doing, Samantha? We're out here. We're hanging out with like-minded individuals. We're super glad to be part of all of this. The cryptocurrency space is growing faster than ever. Sometimes it has its ups and downs. Sometimes it gets a little monotonous. But at the end of the day, I'm happy to be here on the revolutionary front, participating in this economical change by opting out of the fiat system and into the cryptocurrency system.
We got people.
Do we have people? I love it when we have people out here. You guys comment in the chat, check in, let Samantha know that you're here. So press the thumbs up, share this video out. We're hearing shadow banning stuff again. Yeah. We just want to get people in the chat because no one's trying to sell anybody anything. We're a completely not-for-profit organization. My pockets aren't getting fatter. Samantha's not going out for sushi on your dollar. We're just trying to spread the good word of Bitcoin.
No, I have to pay for my sushi.
You do.
Some bitch-ass communist stuff right there, let me tell you. Okay, Kristen is here.
Kristen. Hey, we were hanging out with our good friend Kristen down in Melbourne, Florida the other day, and she has a Coinbase account like most individuals do, and she was mentioning how she had only, barely got started. She was still a little unsure of what was going on in cryptocurrency, and I went and did all that Coinbase Earn stuff for her, right? And there's about $50 sitting there. So that's a nice little something, and then there's multiple coins that you'll own if you don't put it into Bitcoin. It's a great way to let you see how some coins can go up and down in value quite quickly, and ultimately they're always tied to Bitcoin, because when Bitcoin goes up, all coins end up going up as well because they're valued in Satoshis most of the time.
I mean, so when I really kind of started grasping or whatever was when we were doing all of the the Doge, faucets and stuff. And I mean, it was you had I had a million. It was $1 or something, but I had it on a wallet on my phone. You were able to it helped. It helped that when you looked at it and you were able to see, even though it was just some crappy crap coin, that it did fluctuate, that you did get to see, I went up a couple, I went down a couple. All right, Josh is also here. He says, new mixer video coming.
Ooh, I know.
Yeah, I know.
I seen that it passed 15,000 today. I went and put a disclaimer on the underside saying to find another mixer. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something. I guess it's back to the whole ideal that I have to put in a little bit more work than the standard because we don't have Hangouts, right? I mean, we do have other options for doing videos. I also seen your comment saying that you wanted to come back on the show and do another video with us. And yes, I mean, we'd love to. It's still that same problem of we can't go live and do a video with Josh. We'd have to do a video with Josh and upload it later.
Yeah, okay, so that was the other super depressing part. Like Eugene just did like a
speed test.
There we go. Thank you for on like his phone. And I mean, in Melbourne is it's a little like metro, you know, whatever monopoly. Like I mean, it's
Monopoly. It's they got their own place on the Monopoly board.
I mean, okay, I would call it suburban. I guess I don't know, but
Metropolis. There you go.
It was ridiculous how fast the speed test was compared to what I mean. We do one almost every time before we go live just to make sure that there is at least the like it is going to happen because we've had a few times that it's bad enough it doesn't. Those ones are always fun.
So who else is in the chat? Anybody else hanging out with us? Vention, buddy. I'm glad that you can make it here, my friend. I always appreciate it when you can take time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with little old Eugene.
He said that he came in when I was saying crappy crap coin. Yeah, you know.
So it's been a little bit since we've been out here. We've had quite a few different things happen in the cryptocurrency space. Of course, you know, everyone's wanting to talk about the price. Where are we going to go from here? Are we going to be seeing $20,000 by the end of the year? Are we going to have a repeat of the 2017 bull run? You know, should you be leveraging your car and your house and everything? Personally, I'm saying that slower roll a bit, right? Because that's what I've learned quite a bit here in the cryptocurrency space is the more you...
I'm going to say stop moving because the camera is going retarded and trying to focus, but we'll see, okay? Keep talking. Just let's see if it fixes itself or if you have to get, you know.
You just do one of these.
It went good when you were up close, and then it got fuzzy again. I like it. I like it. It's because we were talking about it, and it knows. It's all like, oh, you want crappy internet connection?
It wants me to get a new camera. That's all.
Whatever. It is okay. Okay. I know. And now we've lost your... I know. Pension says that he's watching from Tijuana.
Ooh, nice, my friend.
Hoping to get his liver worked on. Ooh. Like... cut some of it off, like juice it up. Like,
juice it up, of course.
Right? Like massive detox or, you know, flush the system. I don't know, right? I wonder what they can do for your liver.
All right. So what do we got going on? Because I did lose my train of thought back there. What do we have going on with Bitcoin is what everyone's anticipating the price. And I'm saying that I necessarily am going to say, whoa, hold your brakes on this a bit, right? Because we do see big pullbacks, and we haven't seen a big pullback in a while. People are wanting to point to the election. People are saying that we're uncorrelating from the stock market. Yeah. But usually in Bitcoin, it seems like as soon as you think one thing is going to happen and everyone starts saying that we're uncorrelating from the stock market, watch the stock market crash after the election and take Bitcoin for a ride with it.
I mean, yes, it does seem like that's kind of like the sick joke of like Bitcoin and most cryptocurrencies is that like once you think you have the answer, like once you're like, yep, that is why, then it's all it proves and shows you that it's not. Whatever it may be.
I don't know. It's the short-term game versus the long-term game. I mean, as long as you can keep your eye on the prize and you realize that it's not about being able to take your Bitcoin and go backwards into dollar bills, but it's about holding onto your Bitcoin for the future when you're actually purchasing goods and service in Bitcoin, because at that point, then your Bitcoin is worth something. How we talk all the time about the pizza guy, the guy who 10 years ago traded like 1,000 Bitcoin for a pizza, and how he has to be kicking himself in the ass because it's like $1.5 million that he paid for a pizza.
Well, first off, I'm sure he has some more of it. I mean, I'm sure he can go, you know, penniless in his Bitcoin pizza transaction.
I mean, that's the price that early users had to pay, because in the beginning, they were trying to create the network effect by saying, you know, you can't just buy Bitcoin and hold it. We got to transact it.
Yeah.
So they were making transactions with something that they were investing in, knowing that the price, if what we see is true, if we're investing for the right reasons, we're saying it's because Bitcoin is never going to be dead, as they like to say, right? We've passed that point.
I do, yeah.
And the more the world continues to wake up to the realization that fiat cash is not on their side and start realizing that there are other options, why would you not participate in the decentralized system that has nobody's interest?
I mean, it is the perfect, but you know, okay.
I mean, there's always going to be a need for government money, right? There's always going to be a need for other things. It's just the ideal of, if, all right, we're small business owners, right? And we are making the decision that extra capital that we have, just like micro strategies, just like we're hearing from everybody else, that we are saving in Bitcoin. Because when you're looking at next year and the year after and the year after, cash is not where you want to be.
That is definitely true, especially now. I mean, I'm going to go with probably a good, 90% of Americans or something of that nature are very it's very uncertain. Lots of things. I mean, we're wondering if, riots are going to break out on, the day after election and things. I mean, this is not, I am almost 40 years old, and I know nothing like this has ever happened in my lifetime. So
things are different. I mean, that's really undeniable. I mean, we watched an event yesterday, right? We all watched Halloween unfold last night. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys can agree, just like we're saying, that it wasn't the same. We went and watched that. There were no children out trick-or-treating. The houses were not putting candy out. The lights were not on. The children of this age missed another opportunity to be what we would call normal.
I mean, just like our son missed graduation. You know what I mean? There was no prom. There was no any of those things because it was already on lockdown. And it's just, it is sad. It is sad. And it is, I mean, no one knows how long it's going to be like this. And I hate that it's, the new normal and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't know how long, but I mean, I'm going to go with that it's not cool for a while.
I see the ripple effect. I see this being the stone in the pond and these children experiencing the first wave. As they're not getting things like Halloween, they're not getting school access on the, Monday through Friday for all the extracurriculars and everything else like that. They're not getting what we consider normal. We go and do these things because we consider them normal, which has us tied to the dollar bill, right? Which have us tied to consumerism, which have us tied to this American dream of we have to go get the house and the picket fence and have the 2 cars and the 2 children. And we need to have, the 401k plan and all these things that you really don't need to have. The only thing you need is air and water. So when we talk about the generation that's going to use Bitcoin isn't even born yet, these children are seeing that it doesn't have to be normal. Things can be different. Things can change. Stuff does happen.
Yeah, and life does go on. I mean, it is that it does kind of suck because, I mean,
it's teaching them that they can easily opt out of the fiat system when they get a little older because they're just looking at how the system is already not, like, what are you talking about? School isn't working. School got sick. Halloween, that was a day that people used to go out and get candy, and now we just sit home and watch TV with mom.
I mean, it is definitely conditioning and desensitizing an entire generation. I mean, you can tell there is a very a big line where you could see the people that are literally protesting face masks and protesting the fact that they can't have holidays and they can't go to a bar or they can't go to a concert. And then you're having the people that are, the same way, that we will never go back to that because you will just kill too many people. Like, too many people will die if we ever go back to the way it has been forever. All right. So Benjamin said that he heard that 22% of all U.S. dollars in existence were actually printed this year. I wonder how typical that is among other nations. Ooh.
That is quite a bit. I mean, we all know that those 20s are new. They feel different.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do.
we all that right. Everyone out there, you guys comment in the chat, please. But we've all had those 20s. They don't feel normal. The paper feels different, right? They're all freshly printed.
I'm also wondering, I mean, like, I have not worked because I did do, like, you know, gas station cashierness in my days. And there was always that, you know, there were certain amounts of, like, the 20s and the 50s and the this and the that. You were supposed to always, you know, run the counterfeit pen over. I don't know how much anybody's doing any of that anymore. I really haven't. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the dollar bill situation here. You know, just like I don't know how there's still a change shortage. Funny.
Right. I'm hearing stuff like Facebook is shadow banning Bitcoin again. The Moon had tweeted out about this, that if you go searching hashtag Bitcoin, that it's coming up with that, you know, these things are being blocked.
Ooh, just learned Bitcoin. Daniel,
buddy.
Yay.
Thanks for joining us, my friend.
Thank you, Daniel.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know where lines are being drawn in the sand, right? When you see Twitter, right, being pro Bitcoin, giving us the nice little emblem, you know, the emoji or whatever, and then you see Facebook banning, and blocking.
I mean, literally, if you're hashtagging and it is saying, sorry, this is not like something you can look up. Like, really? Okay, that's cool. I mean, and we always wonder about YouTube, and I mean, everybody else. There's always the, you know, the.
I don't know. I mean, because there's two sides to everything, right? Because we know for a long time that we tried to expand out into Facebook a little bit with the social media, and the Facebook's Bitcoin information area is just a dark, scammy place where they're like, you're not going to find anything good over there.
It was super depressing. I remember when we were, and it was like, oh.
So, I mean, they do need to do something. I mean, but at the same time, we've seen Twitter have their problem as well, right? They had their hacks. They had their videos that they did where they hacked Elon Musk and they hacked everyone else and you know, send us your Bitcoin and we'll double it, or your Ethereum and we'll double it. So, I mean, it could just be something temporary while they try to teach the algorithm how to look at these scammers.
Maybe, yes. Maybe it's them trying to tweak their stuff. I mean, that would be the best case scenario, that it isn't that they're actually just trying to make it incredibly hard for anybody to find or, you know, have any kind of cryptocurrency type things with their Facebook. Like, but I don't know. I mean,
we can't trust these companies, right? That's always been the point in all of this, is that it will verify. Don't trust. And as we did trust these companies, that's why we have Amazon being huge and Facebook being huge, and we're asking these questions, and it's a little too late, right? It's really too late to stop these companies. It's too late to protect our information. It's too late to stop the damage that's already been done. So as we sit here now, it's these questions are now at the forefront, right? We asked these questions in the beginning.
BTC Moon Guy is here.
BTC Moon Guy, nice.
That you're late. And John from Malibu.
John from Malibu. Always a pleasure to have you here, my friend, you guys. We're just hanging out, right? We're just trying to figure out what's going on with Bitcoin. It's still the same thing. Accumulate. You know, we have awoken to the knowledge and information that we needed, right? That Bitcoin is the future of real sound money. So, of course, accumulate it. It's going to be worth more in the future, especially when you keep looking at it backwards into the old system. And that's where people are hung up. As they continue to see price discovery of Bitcoin, they want to look backwards into the fiat system and think they can cash out some of their future holdings of Bitcoin for dollar bills to buy now and make it better. But it will always be a regret. I mean, some people may have millions of dollars right now because they cashed out at the high of 2017. But if you go 15 years from now, they will wish that they had cashed out less.
I mean, that I know that is our biggest regret.
You can never accumulate, right? Unless we take a big dip back down, we're not seeing $10,000 again. So the ideal of accumulating Bitcoin back around the $5,000 and $7,000 area is impossible. That is never going to happen again. And at some point, it will be 50. It will be 75. It will be $100,000, and you will not be able to accumulate it at 20,000.
I know it is hard to think, like, because that is what that is what everybody's end goal is here. Is they really do just want to see it, to the moon. They want to see, but then, do you really? Do you know how you would act or perceive or do the things at the time when you're looking at, that kind of that level of bags? Like, what are you going to do? Really, most people, human nature, you're probably greedy and you're going to be like dumping a lot more than you should.
I don't know. It's a thin line, right? Because we always talk about buying Bitcoin and investing, and then at the same time, we're trying to talk about normal people. We're normal people. Normal people don't have $1,000 in savings. So what are you really talking about, Eugene? You're telling people to start saving little bits of Bitcoin. Well, what if that little bit could make a difference, right? What if that little bit could make your life better in some way? Well, then of course, make your life better. But it's when you can realize that you do have tomorrow, right? And that you do have to save and you do have to figure it out regardless. Then that's where we, for a long time, had found out, we don't have to buy all the stuff that we're buying. We don't have to spend money the way that we're spending money. And cutting back in certain areas gave us extra money, free money, money that wasn't going towards whatever. And that money was redirected into Bitcoin. And that is what allowed our lives to change. Not only because we learned better money management skills because of Bitcoin, but also the fact that the sound money that we saved came up in value. And yes, we did trade backwards. Yes, we did get caught up in it. But we've learned more, right, Samantha? We've had a better education and understanding of finances. And we continue to look forward to the future of Bitcoin with a full-fledged plan between now and retirement, instead of just a plan of get rich quick, which is the plan most people come into Bitcoin with. Of I'm going to buy $500 and I'm going to trade it to $1 million, right?
Josh says he gets at least one ledger scam text per day. Should have never used a real number. I know, you shouldn't. No, get a text plus, bro. Just throw that out there to everybody that you don't want to have anything, and then turn off notifications. Yeah, I know. Okay, so yes, that is the entire point. All of 2020 has sucked. Nobody really knows what's going on with the market, with the stock markets, with our economy, with Bitcoin, with anything.
What was it? BitMix's CEO took off with $440 million.
Yeah.
I do have little bits of positive news. We got
yeah.
We got some guy in Canada giving out Bitcoin to little kids for Christmas or for Halloween.
What? First off, kudos for Halloween happening. That's
right.
Awesome. Thank you. And second, woo, yay.
Those he was doing it with the Bitcoin gift cards.
Right. I don't know, because quite honestly, trick or treating is a very young age, sport activity.
Sport. And the way of getting candy could be sport.
I've seen stuff that it is very sport-like. There's training involved and dedication. But yes.
I know that. I just set a goal with that pillowcase. I was like, I am not stopping until this thing is half to 3/4 of the way full.
A pillowcase. I got one little plastic bucket. That was what.
My parents just kind of let me go, so
Oh no, my parents were some hover over what.
Helicopter mom.
Oh my god, I don't think I walked to a bus stop and you could literally see the bus stop from our window till I was 12.
So what are we looking at? As a broad overview of the cryptocurrency space, we have Bitcoin pushing all new highs. We have hash rate sliding backwards because of, the droughts or floods or whatever over in China. We got Ethereum looking like they're getting pushed back another month or two, right? On the Berlin hard fork or whatever. They're saying December, January now.
Yeah.
We got, the Bitcoin white paper was 2008 from yesterday. So the Lindy effect is definitely in play here. I mean, Bitcoin is not going anywhere at this point. It's just about the realization of people understanding what decentralization is in money.
I am sorry, guys. The camera has just been like fuzzy in and out. Obviously, no one is watching this to see your mug, though, because they're still here. But yeah, you are. I'm sorry, everybody.
You can turn the camera off.
Sorry. Yeah, turn the camera off.
Just turn the camera off. I mean, what? We got Facebook shadow banning. We got BTC fees are up. They're talking about like $12, $13, $14 per transaction. I mean, I still send transactions for 2, 5 stats.
Oh yeah, you don't care.
Yeah, because I'm never in a rush. If when the need is there, the Lightning Network is in place. And yes, people talked about how it didn't take off as fast as everybody had hoped at the beginning. But I have seen and heard about so much development that they are prepared for the infrastructure of instant payments.
All right, we have someone named Abdallah. We'll go with Abdallah.
All right, thanks for joining.
Yeah, I like new names. It's always fun when you have to hook down phonics. Like, yes, what am I going to call this one? Well, I mean, I mean, all of my stuff is like stupid and very mediocre when I have to have little handle names. So kudos to everybody who actually like really tries. All right.
I don't know. We're saying that there's supposed to be, 110 million people in the world invested in cryptocurrency right now. And we're looking at like 63 million of them are in the United States. Okay. These are the numbers.
These are the numbers.
But then we're talking about like 90 million people have already voted early.
I'm just waiting for the 5-year-old to ask, like, can Santa give me like COVID? Like, what steps are we going to be taking?
How do we sanitize the president?
I'm just saying.
I know we're heading there with the way that Halloween, because I thought that people were going to disregard it and say Halloween is Halloween and we're going to go out and try to be normal and let our kids have fun, right? And that's not what we saw.
No. I mean, we literally we detailed 2 RVs for like, I mean, he was an older gentleman. Okay, he was definitely a Trump supporter and he was definitely a Second Amendment supporter, but he literally was like, yeah, so we're gonna like, because I mean, we were cleaning the RV and he was like, oh yeah, amazing, awesome, I'm gonna go take this out on the 3rd. And I mean, just, I don't even know what's like, people are really like
acting different,
they got
right?
A lot of plans in place that I did not even know needed to be in place. I don't know. It was just very like, do you know something I don't know? Like, I'm just, are you trying to tell me something? Like,
is this a wink moment?
I should leave too? Okay. I mean, and we're in the middle of nowhere. So, I mean, in all actuality, we don't have very much to worry about. Like, but no one's purging in the woods. I mean, that's just not happening. Too much walking. Oh, wait. Benjamin asked, where is your lightning tip link? Ooh.
I don't have a lightning tip link on the site. Well, the only one that there would be is through the Twitter page, is that you can go there and I have the, the jar.
Yes, you're tipping me.
Yeah, the tipping me jar. So I guess that is, last time I had checked there's like $1 or $2 worth of lightning tip there, and I just leave it. I mean, it's not enough to be concerned with, and they still want to charge a fee to move it off of the Lightning Network to a real wallet. So, but I haven't checked it in a while. Nobody's been donating or tipping. I really haven't been searching for any donations for the channel since COVID and the whole EDM stuff being down. But I guess
no one knows that anything is happening.
On that note, we did hear, or tickets went on sale for the Forbidden Kingdom, which is one of the ones that we went to. I guess it would have been 2018.
Yes, it would have been 2018.
2018
it was the second one
in February.
It was in February. It was it's like very dubby, like it's base head crap. But yes. I mean, we definitely did videos, and we
what they
handed
did,
out,
they
yeah.
offered a layaway plan, and it's not supposed to be a drive-in. This is the first one that I've seen that is not a drive-in situation with social distancing. They're talking about normal, that it's going to be normal. So I put $25 down for me and put $25 down for Samantha for the event. We'll see if they cancel. We'll see how long the payment plan goes out. But that would,
rules or regulations.
yeah, it's not, it's far away though. It's June 11th.
Yeah.
So that would be the first event that I can see down the road that we would have an opportunity to possibly pass out flyers again.
I mean, we're looking out because Florida really is apparently saying, like, screw it.
The Super Bowl is supposed to happen. So if the Super Bowl happens, they better let me go to an EDM festival.
Even though I have capacity in a freaking stadium, you better let me be able to roll around in a field if I want to. Like, really?
I'm missing rave booty.
I know. Oh, you know it's going to be so, like, everybody is going to be, like, all out.
Because it's like, oh my God, it's so pent up.
I have to shake my booty. Yes. Right? All they've done is, like, hone their skills on their little glow ball or their little hand things or their, yeah. Oh, you know that. I mean, idle hands. Alrighty.
Well, they've been live streaming because I know that, like, Ganja White Night is going to be on Twitch tonight.
For some reason, I just do not like that name as a thing. Our son, all of his stupid, like, gaming people are on, and I'm just like, why Twitch? It makes me, yes, like, you know, like the quirk, just the little, like, Twitch.
Like tweakers.
Yeah. Ooh, right?
That's an old word.
I don't even know. I don't think that is probably, like, derogatory in some way now, okay? I'm not even sure, but... yeah,
well,
Sir Junkie is not acceptable anymore.
If you guys got questions, comments, thoughts, opinions, you know, anything at all, go ahead, put it in the chat. Let's talk about it. I mean, that's why we're here, so that we can all have an honest conversation about the cryptocurrency space. But I'm still going to keep beating the warhammer, saying that we need to just start opting out of the fiat system. That will all give us more power. We need to continue to tell everybody we know. I went ahead and took advantage of that and talked some guy's ear off at a Halloween party about how Bitcoin's amazing. Right, Samantha? He came out and got me and said, it's been 45 minutes. You need to stop, Eugene.
Just cut it off.
So,
but that's why we talk to you guys, because quite honestly, it's like you could trap somebody in, like, you know, forever. And they would, I mean,
it's too much. It's information overload.
Too much. Yes. All right. So Pension said, well, one more Trump supporter was murdered due to wearing the wrong hat. Maybe he has the right to hide out on the 3rd. Listen, I don't know.
I thought it was funny, the Biden bus that got surrounded by Trump truckers and then made them not go to their event. Like they canceled.
Oh yeah, like Biden, like, yeah. But I mean, in the same aspect,
we have a lot of those Trump truckers around here with the big flags, and they're flying them out the bed of their truck.
Crazy rednecks are not something you want to screw around with. Like, yeah.
See, I guess I'm just old because I want to get an Umbrella Corporation one and fly it out of my truck.
They're probably on, like, Resident Evil 27 or something right now, okay? Like, for real. Oh, all right. Benjamin says that he does not have a Tip in Me installed on this laptop. You could make a wallet, wallet of Satoshi, for a simple Lightning wallet. I have used it for a year or so.
Yes, we have had one. I can put one up. I mean, I get what you're saying, Vention. I should have one. I should be a bit more active and pro-adamant about it. I guess it's that I have really been laxed at the ideal of trying to collect any money from this channel.
I also know that when they started banning and stuff, we
started trying to just out links because it was nice that we were able to go through all of this, and we did get our strikes, and we did get our strikes taken away and stuff, but we never got our show canceled. We are still here, and that's wonderful. You know, it's amazing to be able to still be out here preaching the good word after 3 years, right? Trying to get people onto Bitcoin. One at a time. We'll do it.
It's going to be a fun ride.
Hey, 2021, everyone's going to be out because this year sucks so bad, like you're saying, Samantha. Everyone's just going to want to live it up a bit. I know I do.
I mean, yeah, it is just like no one thought they could take this much shit in their life. Like, you know what I mean? No one thought I could be unemployed for months. Months. I could be sick. I could be dying. I could have someone else near me sick or dying. Also unemployed for months. Like, it's just everything that everybody thought was the standard and was like, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, because yes, it is going to be a lot like, and I don't know if that is they're worried about is like the very first actual public event that they have will be like ridiculous, like a riot, like uncontrollable, like ridiculous, in whatever way you could get, whatever you could get going. I mean, but yes, it does just. I want something. I hope Super Bowl. I don't even like football. I hope they let the people in the Super Bowl. Okay?
I hope they let the people in the. Hey, I mean, what we have England shutting down again.
Yes.
Right. So we're seeing round 2 of closures starting in Europe. We're seeing 100,000 people here in the United States infected today. So America doesn't want to shut down, right? Nobody wants to sit in the house for a month again. Nobody wants to be broke. Nobody wants to have to. I mean, $1,200 stimulus check, that would be a joke in people's faces if we shut down for a month again. You better start talking $5K and upwards per person.
I mean, that, yeah.
All right. Is there anything else over there in the chat?
All right. So where are we at? Bench says, and now the FBI is stepping over and around the rioters and crooked ex-vice president laptop so they can investigate the Trump train people. Man, sometimes you just got to keep on trumping, Benton. You just got to. Oh my God, that one was.
What were you calling it? Mother Trumpers. Mother Trumpers. Yep.
I mean, it is a stereotype. Anyone, all of us can describe a mother Trumper. Okay, so there you go. And Dribble is here. Hello, Dribble. He says,
Dribble, nice.
Still dollar cost average. Yes.
Best thing you can do. I mean, and it is really about the dollar, right? Because like I was saying, I cornered that guy. I was talking to him about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and he said that he knew a little bit. Of course, everybody knows a little bit, right? He said that he knew about mining and graphics cards, and he was like asking me about it, and I was like, you know, it is very complicated. I go, but pretty much what they're doing is they're using graphics cards, you know, because they're not assigned a program and they can run the math fast, like faster than the CPU, and they stick 6 of them on a motherboard, and you know they run it. He's like, oh, but you know, isn't the electricity costs and you know the coins aren't worth anything, like they're pennies and sub pennies. And I was like, yep. I go, that is how it works. I go, but it's the ideal about you putting up the money for the electricity right now and saving all those coins, because that $10 you spent in electricity could be worth $20,000 later if that coin actually takes off. You know, it's not that you can look at the situation at this moment and say, with the numbers that are here, I'm going to manipulate it and do this to be able to pull profit out, right? Mm-hmm. That's the first mistake. The profit in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is always later, because it takes time to gain value, right? Like saving dollars. That's why this is an inverse system of the dollar bill. You save $1 and that does less for you in 5 years from now. You go out and you get 1,000 Satoshis, and in 5 years from now, that's a lot. That's done a lot for you, or can do a lot for you. Where right now, what's 1,000 Satoshis? 10 cents.
Cornelius is here. Hello, Cornelius.
Cornelius, buddy, I'm glad that you could make it.
And Gerbil says that he has 35 graphic cards, but that you have no power from Hurricane Zeta still. Oh, but I'm bummed. Yeah, so, all right then. Yeah, that does suck.
Time to pull out the generator and the power conditioner.
Not everybody has a generator.
Oh.
I know, we have 4, okay? So he just thinks that this is like everyone has them. Not everyone has them.
Hey, when it comes to cryptocurrency mining, you can't shut those things down.
Right? You just piss off all your neighbors, bro. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
So is that going to do it for this episode, Samantha?
Yes.
All right. I super appreciate you guys coming out here and hanging out with us once again. We're going to try to get back out here in the next couple of days. The year's closing down to an end. The holiday season's coming. We don't know how things are going to play or unfold, right? We could be looking at second terms of lockdown, but no matter what, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin does great for it. It is about the future, and it's going to be part of our future. So let's all keep dollar cost averaging. Let's all keep our heads up. And remember to keep our BTC safe. Later, guys.
Bye, guys.